It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview the Lake Superior State's assistant women's basketball coach, Coach Allison Todd. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm ready to get started with this interview. Excited to be here.
Thank you. Can you talk about how you knew that you wanted to get started in coaching in college women's basketball?
Yeah. So growing up, both my parents were junior high coaches. So I kind of grew up in the gym. And then when I went off to college and I started playing, I knew I wanted to kind of continue that, continue sharing my love for the game. And I figured, why not go be a college coach? And during my senior year, I started applying to all different types of coaching, opportunities. And one school took a chance on me, and I fell in love and continued to do it. So.
What was that like in getting to play collegiate basketball throughout your collegiate time?
Playing at Monmouth was such a great experience. It was Division III, so there was no athletic scholarship, but being, a part of a college team, a college program was just so much fun, and it was a dream come true to go play college basketball.
How is that like, obviously, getting to put on the Monmouth jersey?
Yeah, so it was a great experience. Coming from a small town, going to play college was just a dream come true for me. And then just the community itself was so supportive. One of my business professors actually in college, he was a huge supporter of Monmouth Athletics. So he'd be at every home game waving a flag during starting lineups, during halftime, he'd be running up and down the sideline. And just the environment there was something special.
What was that experience like getting to put on that jersey, and what were some of your biggest accomplishments?
So my freshman year, I started my season that way. I was able to start for Monmouth College. Our senior went down with an injury, so I kind of stepped right into her spot. And then I played varsity all 4 years. And then my junior, senior year, I was team captain. So
How's that like, obviously going to point guard college to become an instructor?
So PGC is such a great experience. I attended as an athlete going into my senior year of high school, and then I was asked back to be an instructor during my college career, and that kind of gave me the kind of courage and kind of the opportunity to go be a college coach. It was kind of my first stepping stone in that aspect. And PGC is such a unique experience where you're surrounded by so many people who are like-minded as you, who have the same goals and aspirations as you, and it changed the way I kind of saw the game.
What was it like, obviously, getting your start in college coaching on the community college level?
Yeah, so I went to a 4-year university, so I had no experience in junior college. But it was just a great way for me to kind of get a good stepping stone into, where I am now. It gave me a lot of, different tools and, ability to do stuff. So.
How was that like, obviously, going to Southeastern Community College to become the assistant coach?
So that was my first job out of college, my first coaching job ever. And I feel like I accomplished a lot there. I made some great relationships with the players there, with the coaching staff, along with just the coaches in the department. I learned a lot during my time there at Southeastern.
What were some of the things that you learned during your time at Southeastern?
So I learned kind of more of what I, see myself as a coach, going from player to coach. I was trying to figure that out there, and I feel like each year I get more and more comfortable being that college coach, that college player, getting that distance in between. And at Southeastern, I really learned to step into that coaching role there.
How did it help you to go to the community college to get that start, and
Uh,
instead of going from being a player to a university?
So going to that junior college first, it kind of gave me the ability to kind of just dive head in. I mean, we started off at the JUCO level. You start with games pretty much right away, so you were in games pretty quick. You were learning as you go, kind of on the fly. But it really taught me a lot. Just kind of going with the flow of things.
What was the feeling like getting the assistant coach job and getting your start as the assistant coach at a D1 school?
So getting my start was awesome. It was a great experience. I was so excited when I got the call to go be an assistant coach. And then moving from Southeastern and up to Lake State was a huge adjustment, but I was so excited to make that move in the right direction.
How's it been like, obviously, being the assistant coach for Lake State?
The assistant coach here, I've loved every minute of it. This is my 4th year here. Continuing to grow as a coach and as a coaching staff in general. Coach Logan has been a great mentor to me. He's taught me different things. He's allowed me to learn and grow as a coach with, different things on the court, off the court, recruiting, scouting, just different things. He's given me different tasks and has helped me along the way.
Of course, being the assistant coach at Lake State, what has that been like, obviously seeing those girls transition from being a being a high school athlete to getting into college?
So it's sometimes hard to watch. They struggle a lot, which is fair. I mean, they're learning a whole new program, a whole new system. And I try to make sure, I connect with them to make sure they understand that we understand you're going to mess up and it's okay to mess up. But as long as you learn from your mistakes, that's all we can ask for. And as long as you're coachable and willing to learn, that's what we're looking for. And I feel like as soon as they kind of settle in after that first week of preseason, they're like, okay, I can do it. I'm fine. We got it. Like,
What does a typical game day look like as a player versus as an assistant coach?
so as a player, I feel like it's a little different. I mean, you kind of get up, you get a shoot around, and then you're done with shoot around, you go to class if you're at home, get some food, and you kind of go about your day, and then you arrive for game day and you're getting warmed up and everything like that. But as a coach, a lot more goes into it than I thought it would. Got to make sure, everything's ready for shoot around, meals are ready if you're on the road for them, making sure they get a good pregame meal, making sure, they're hydrating, getting good stretches in. And then you got to make sure, the jerseys are ready for them. Everything is ready for them when they arrive. And there's so much, that goes on behind the scenes. I feel like players don't see. And so making that player to coach transition was like, oh, wow, there is a lot more to do, but it's been fun.
Can you talk about, of course, the culture that you started to help build for Lake Superior?
Yeah, so here at Lake State, we pride ourselves on a family culture. I know it's kind of cliche to say that we're a family, but we really are. It is interesting. I've been a part of a whole bunch of basketball teams, and these girls really do care about one each other on and off the court. And as coaches, we make sure that continues. We make sure that you room with someone different on the road than your roommate back at the school. We make sure your shooting partner is different than your lifting partner. We make sure you're sitting by someone different during stretching at the end of practice. We want to make sure you're building those relationships with the teammates.
Who are some of the teams that you compete against in your conference?
So we compete against Grand Valley, Saginaw Valley, Wayne State. So we've competed against some top contenders, in the nation in Division II.
What is that like, obviously, competing against teams like Grand Valley State?
Sometimes it's a little scary. When we played them earlier this year, they were ranked number 1, I believe, in the region, and number 3 or so overall in the nation. Sometimes it's a little intimidating, but it's a great opportunity for us to kind of show them what we got. It's a great opportunity for our girls to go out and play against, a top ranked team and, compete with them and show them that, you guys can compete with these teams just as much as anyone else can. So
What is that like, obviously, having Grand Valley State come to your home court and play versus obviously going to Grand Valley State and playing on their home court?
yeah, so it's a little different. We get a decent turnout when they come up to play us. They are a good school, so people do like to come out and watch that. And then when we go down there, it's definitely different. They got the big student sections there. They got a little bit bigger of a campus, so it is a little bit different. And sometimes I think that's a shock to some of our new players when they first arrive there. But again, once the ball's tipped and they're in the moment, they're playing the game, it kind of all fades away, and they're just there playing the game that they love. So.
What does the recruitment process look like for those prospective student athletes looking to play college women's basketball?
So it looks like, a lot of emails get sent to us as college coaches with usually highlight videos and then a little blurb about themselves. And then if we like what we see, we look to, start building that relationship with you guys over the phone and start making sure that we're the right fit for you and you're the right fit for us. And then also just kind of over summer, we hit all the AAU tournaments that we try to get to. And that's kind of when we start looking for players as well that fit our program the best.
As a coach, what are some of the things that you look at in those players when going to those tournaments?
So we look to see if, your style of play is going to fit our style of play. We don't want to bring someone in that's we're not going to see fit, as well as some other players will. And then also we want to make sure that, you have the intangible things of, are you a good teammate? Are you cheering someone on the bench? Are you, helping someone up if they like fall down? Are you trying to bring your team and be a good leader out there? So really those intangible things as well when we get to see you play in person.
As a college basketball coach, what is it like obviously getting to see those players put on the Lake Superior jersey?
It's a great experience. Just kind of seeing their mindset of, oh wow, I've accomplished my goal since I was a little kid of playing college basketball. Now like I've achieved it. Today is my first day. I got to go play a game. As a college basketball player. So it's a really cool experience to see.
How's it like obviously getting to coach on the sidelines and cheering for your team and helping win?
So it's a great time. My first game as a coach, I was so nervous. I wasn't even the head coach, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. But as soon as the ball was tipped, the game was on. I knew exactly what I needed to do to help my team. I knew, what to call, what to play, and it was fun.
What is it like obviously as a coach seeing those players achieve their first and those milestones?
It's an honor to be a part of. So we actually just had one of our players just reach 1,000 points in her career. It was so cool to see her, achieve that. She's been working at that since she was a freshman. She's been putting in the time in the gym, after practice, on days off, she's been in the gym grinding it out. And to see her achieve that was so great to be a part of. And I'm so proud of what she's done, along with all of our other girls that have achieved just so many different things throughout the years.
What are some of your future plans for the program moving forward?
So right now we would love to build our roster size. The past couple of years, we've been struggling with just getting a good, healthy roster. So right now, as a coaching staff, that's what we look forward to doing, is building up that roster number, and then also just continuing what we started when I first got here, is just continuing to get more wins each and every season, and then at one point hopefully get to that GLIAC tournament play at the end of the year, and then make our way to the NCAA tournament and so on. But right now it's it's day by day process of getting better. So
What advice would you give those high school athletes that are looking to play college women's basketball?
First thing I'd say would be master the fundamentals. If you can do that, you're going to be so much more valuable as a college recruit. Do that, learn, be able just to master those. And then also, if you can get into an AAU program, do that. Make sure they're going to the right tournaments that you want to be in. If you can't get into an AAU program, that's fine. Find a high school coach, an athletic director, someone that will help you make, highlight video, or just, that's willing to call coaches, email coaches for you, fight for you to get to where you want to go. And then another thing I'd say is just be open to all levels that are interested in you, whether that be junior college, NAIA, D1 through D3. Take all the information you can and then make the best decision for you based off of, if they're offering you a scholarship, if they're offering you academics, whatever it may be, make the right fit for you and for your future.
What advice would you give those freshmen that are entering into college women's basketball?
So I'd say it's going to be hard and you're going to have to learn a lot. It's a whole new system, a whole new thing. And just be coachable out there. Understand that you're going to make mistakes. And just be better the next day, willing to learn from film, upperclassmen, coaches, anyone that's willing to teach you, learn it, and just understand that it's okay to make mistakes and you're going to be just fine.
What advice would you give those female athletes that are looking to go compete and play professionally, whether it's the WNBA, Athletes Unlimited, or even overseas?
So I'd say just keep working hard, or someone else behind you is probably working twice as hard. So if you start settling to think that, well, I'm the best player in this gym, someone else is being the best player in that gym and the gym next to them. So start being the best player in your gym, be the best player in your conference, be the best player in your region, be the best player in whatever it is. And don't settle to be like, I can beat this person, so I'm fine. No, someone's right behind you chasing your coattails. So keep working.
What advice would you give those players that are looking to one day represent a national team and make it to the Olympics, whether it's to represent US or Canada?
I'd say, it's day by day. So here, like say our mantras kind of hammer the stone. So we're process driven. If your goal is to go to the Olympics, that's fantastic. But what do you need to do each day to achieve that goal? So whether that be today, I need to make sure I get my lift in, my rehab in, and I need to get cardio in, make sure you do that, make sure you're hydrating right, make sure you're getting your good sleep schedule. It's how can I be better today and the next day after that and the next day after that to achieve those goals.
What advice would you give those future assistant coaches looking to get started in coaching in college women's basketball?
I mean, it's a grind. It's 24/7. You're on call all the time. If a player needs it, you got to be there ready to help them. And then just, be willing to do, the jobs that nobody probably wants to do. Do the laundry for the team, make sure the locker room set up, make sure the gym set up for practice. Anything you can do to help the team in any way, do it. And then also just be a sponge, be willing to learn from, your head coach, the other assistant coach, other coaches in the program. Just be willing to learn, understand different things, see how someone else handles this situation different than this person does, and, ask questions.
What advice would you give those players that are looking to get into college coaching?
So I'd say start making connections, get with your college coach, and just start seeing if you can, kind of help them with, hey, can I help you with the scouting report? Can I help you try to watch film, break it down? Start learning how to do that while you're still in college. And then what I did was I started just applying to any job that was within actually not even within a radius, within the country. I was like, I want to be a college coach, and that's what I want to do. And I didn't give up on that until I was able to get my first job at Southeastern Community College. It was at junior college, and I knew I wanted to go be a head coach one day at Division III, but I knew I needed to get my foot in the door and start learning at different experiences. So just being willing to just keep applying, keep trying, don't give up on it. It's going to happen. Just trust it.
What advice would you give those coaches as yourself that are looking to go on a specific division, whether it's Division I, Division III, or NAIA?
So I'd say if that's your end goal, that's great. But the one thing I've learned through my 5 years of coaching right now, it's, whatever level it be, you can learn whatever you can at each level. Junior college, I learned a little. Right now at Division II, I've learned more about, how scholarships work, how all this stuff works. It's different at each level. And just being able to learn, styles of play works better at this level than it does at that level. Or this conference is more heavy in, the post game than it is the guard game. So just being able to learn different things from, each level you're at.
That's great advice. Where can my listeners find you at on social media along with the program?
You can find me on Twitter at Coach Todd 2018. And then you can also find Lake State on Twitter and I believe Instagram at Lake State WBB.
Thank you again, Coach Allison Todd, for your interview, and best of luck in your future at Lake State Superior.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me on.
You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Coach Allison Todd, for your interview, and best of luck in your future.
Thank you.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.